Lights Out is a new horror film directed by David F. Sandberg, adapted from his viral short film that I'm sure many of you have seen. It stars Teresa Palmer, Gabriel Bateman, and Maria Bello as a dysfunctional family who are being haunted by a supernatural creature who can only appear when the lights are out. So the original short film that this movie is based on from 2013 was a viral sensation. It was very brief. It basically just had kind of one scene, but it was really effective. And so it was kind of interesting how this movie was going to turn out, because when you take a short film that's only a couple of minutes long and stretch it out into a feature film, it could be hit or miss. This one definitely hit. So for starters, the thing I loved the most about this movie were the characters and the way that the actors portrayed them. They were a broken family that were affected by a tragedy that happened a few years ago, and so the mum, played by Maria Bello, is basically batshit insane. And then you got the two kids, Teresa Palmer and Gabriel Bateman, who are a brother and sister, and a really effective brother and sister. I love Teresa Palmer's performance of the daughter. She was one of these people who, she'd been dealt a really crappy hand in life, but was trying to make the most out of it and trying to find good in life. And Gabriel Bateman as the kid, wow, he was awesome. Everyone, their performances were just exemplary. I was really convinced by these people. I was also very impressed by Alexander de Persia as the boyfriend character, and one of the things I liked so much about this movie was that we weren't just given the same old cliched characters. This time around, the blonde girl wasn't someone who was just monster fodder in a way. She was a very proactive character, and I also particularly loved how the boyfriend character believed everything that was going on without even having seen anything, and played a good part in combating the monster. Now, onto the monster. Well, I guess you couldn't really call her a monster because she was kind of a person, but look, she was effective. But the thing with the movie, I guess, was that there was a lot of effective jump scares, but I just didn't get a sense of overall tension throughout the film. I wasn't scared as such. I mean, there were those moments where you jump out of your seat, sure, but yeah, overall, I wasn't really frightened throughout the whole thing. But that's not necessarily saying it's a bad movie. It was a really, really enjoyable movie. I had fun in this flick. And one comparison I kept making in my mind, I kept comparing it to the original 1984 Nightmare on Elm Street. It really had that same kind of feeling, where you've got a strong female character who is being haunted by a creature. In Nightmare on Elm Street's case, someone who can only come into your dreams. In this case, someone who can only affect you when it's dark. And I definitely got that same sense of fun horror that I did from the original Elm Street film. Aside from that, there were some really effective ways that they used the light against the creature sort of thing. I'm not really going to spoil too much, but yeah, there were a few things where I kind of thought, yeah, that was actually very clever how they did that. There were a couple of moments, though, where they unfortunately broke their own rules, where obviously this thing can only affect you in the dark, but yeah, there were a couple of moments where they cheated a little bit. But the thing for me that really brought it home, that really made me fall in love with the movie, was actually the ending. Now, obviously, I'm not going to give any spoilers. I'm not going to reveal too much about it. But wow, it was so powerful. It truly was an emotional experience, and I nearly had tears in my eyes. It was so effective. And that was the one thing that really hammered it home for me and yeah, made it a solid hit. So guys, if you're after a good, fun horror flick, go and see Lights Out. You're not going to be disappointed. Like I said, it didn't have an overall feeling of dread throughout the whole thing, but yeah, you had really solid performances from all the cast, great writing, some great effects. The cinematography was really well done. I absolutely loved the flick. I'm definitely going to own it when it comes out on Blu-ray, and I'm going to give Lights Out an 8 out of 10. So thanks for taking the time to watch my review. I definitely appreciate it. Let me know what you thought of Lights Out, and if you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. Leave me some comments either here or on Facebook, because I like to talk about movies and I would love to talk about movies with you. I'll see you next time.
Hey you there. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Click subscribe. You see the big word up the top that says subscribe? Well, click on it! Click on it now! Do it! Yeah! Yeah!